I'm going to tell you guys what's going on with this coronavirus, how it could have spread, and what might be the information, and a couple other news topics, right? First and foremost is this poor little creature that eats ants, right? Might be responsible, according to the New York Times, even though the evidence is far from clear, from the spread of the disease. That's a very important piece of information. Let's dive in a little deeper. How's that possible? When animals are in distress, when they're being tortured, when their lives are miserable, their immunity goes down and they get diseases, okay? Those diseases mutate and they leap onto people. Right? So, what happened here? Right? Or what's the likely case? Nature has little bits of balances, okay? Right? When people are abusing animals, like whether it's pigs or chickens, and they're living in disgusting filth in a terrible environment, right? And we're going to discuss how that behavior could come about. Smallpox, this plague, that plague, those diseases leap onto people. This is the second time it's happening in China because those biggest abusers of animal rights are out there in central China. And we'll tell you why. Well, what's going on with this? Customs officers examining seized endangered pangolin scales displayed on February 1st, so on and so forth, in Hong Kong, okay? They're seized all of these scales. So people in China are broke. They're doing crazy shit to make money. They're going crazy. They're ripping off the flesh of this little creature to get into the black market. Maybe they're caging it. Maybe they're handling it. Maybe they're ripping it apart. They're ripping off its skin, eating it. God knows what the hell they're doing out there. You don't know. You don't even want to know. Right? But when you act like that, the disease leaps. A disease could leap into the human civilization. And what happens when the disease leaps in human civilization, right? This happens. According to what this guy says right here, right? I found this on the internet. I'm going to be giving you lots of interesting information. They're welding people shut inside their homes, right? This is according to this news source. All right, AS Source News. I don't know where that's from. You could look that up themselves. You could look up my boy here. He has a lot of crazy videos. Welding people inside their places to impose the corona quarantine. Nightmare, right? It's a nightmare. I live in New York City. I don't want this disease to come here and it turns into this. Welding doors shut. And then they're going to have people gassing, and that you couldn't even imagine a bigger nightmare than that, right? So in a second, you're going to see exactly what they're doing on the streets in this place. Gassing this place and spraying all this, trying to contain it. The workers are getting the disease. They're dragging families into vans and trying to get them out of their apartments. A bigger nightmare you couldn't imagine, and it comes from abuse of people, right? The Chinese people. They abuse one another. They've been doing it for a long time. The people at the bottom of that world, so poor, so filled with hate, so filled with anger, they abuse animals who are the voiceless creatures who can't do anything about their sick, depraved masters other than give them diseases that kill them. Okay? So here's another person that's an example of what the hell's going on. Right? People are monsters. People are nasty. Look at this woman right here. I don't know if this is related to the coronavirus. They think that it is. She's coughing on the elevator buttons, okay? She's coughing. She's spitting on them. She might have something. She's filled with so much hate that this is what she's doing. You gotta protect yourself from people like that, all right? Not much you can do. Imagine if somebody filled with hate that has a vial of this disease and throws it in Times Square, or puts it in the subway, and spreads it throughout this city, and this city shuts the fuck down and spreads to the rest of the world. All right? That, to me, all right, this is my personal opinion, is from these animals that are going through hell, and they're saying, you know what? There's a little bit of justice in this world, however it's presented, and it's spreading out to people, and it's killing them. And it's fucking tragic, because it might kill me, and I'm not the one trying to abuse animals, but I don't know. That's all. That's my little theory on that end. All right. So coronavirus is all over the place. It's supposed to be leveling off. It's not. It's still spreading. It started off in the open air food markets in Wuhan, right, where they're abusing these animals. There's a lot of stories. It was a biological weapon. It's this. It's that. I think that it's the abuse of animals. That's where smallpox came from. That's where all these animals in distress. They're sick for no fucking reason, and they're going out there. And it's all in this region. I don't know how they're going to contain it. They're trying to hold it down. If the cases are growing, they're growing. If it's going to land in other places, it's going to land in other places. Only 28 in Korea, only 300 in Japan. They got to close that border and keep these people in until that disease eats away. If you're stuck in a quarantine, you're pretty much guaranteed to die unless you don't touch anybody. Right? Or guaranteed to get the disease. And people are saying, hey, This disease is just like the flu. It ain't like the fucking flu. For 20,000 people that got that infected with the illness, 427 are dead. That's for every 200, 4.2. Okay? For every 200 people that get the flu, the 4 die? I don't think so. That's not the fucking flu. So let's just throw that right out the fucking window. All right, I don't think that's the ratio. Let's move on to something a little bit more positive, some positive fucking news. All right, or something that that you could use to better yourself and your future, right? This is big. This is Elon Musk's Neuralink brain interface machine, so on and so forth. This little machine, from what I understand, drills a little hole in your brain or in your head and puts in a little lace that captures your synapses of your brain, and it's able to machine to communicate with your brain. Right now, you're probably watching this on your phone or on a computer. On YouTube. You're using your hands to communicate with this machine. With this, once this is done, you won't use your hands. You'll use your brain. Okay? What does that mean? Whether you're going to have these superpowers to paint and conjure up images just with your mind, that's probably going to happen for sure. But it's also a lot of money, right? With this machine, they're going to be able to help people with strokes and Alzheimer's and this and that and so on and so forth. Vast amounts of money. If you find the right stocks at the right time, it could change your life forever. You don't want to buy into Amazon.com now, okay? When it's the biggest fucking company in the world. Right? You want to be able to buy it when it was 1990s and it changes your life. You could, if you have $50,000, $60,000, $100,000, which you should have because you're working and you should be saving that money, you should be able to invest that money. And carefully, with due diligence, you could keep out an eye for different technologies that could change your life. This is one of them. This is going to do a lot. When you hear medicine and you hear Alzheimer's, people with money spend everything they fucking have to fucking cure those diseases. That's why it's creating extraordinary technologies. If you're in on it, you're going to be a big fucking winner in this world. Like this asshole over here. Maybe not a bad guy, Jeff Bezos. Here's his girlfriend. He's in front of the Taj Mahal. But they're making it seem like, Jeff Bezos just bought the most expensive property in L.A. with 0.1% of his net worth. $60,000 a year is like spending $75 on a house. That's what it is for Jeff Bezos. A lot of people here might be left-wing, right-wing. I don't begrudge somebody making money. I don't begrudge him being the richest man in the world. But I'll break it down to you like this so you remember for the rest of your life. You're at a pizza party. 8 people. A pizza pie, 8 slices. One guy has 7 slices. What are you going to do with that 1 slice that's left over with those 7 people? Scrounge around and rip off scales and sell them in Hong Kong? Like the pangolis or the little pangoli creatures in Wuhan? That's the fucking, that's the nightmare that creates when someone has all that wealth. You can't do nothing. You don't want to tax him. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. You don't want to take away and turn it to a communist regime. That's not going to work and it shouldn't work. But I'll tell you one thing. It's still a pizza party that we're all invited to, right? Now remember this, for Jeff Bezos to make that money, he has to make it off of you. I fucking guarantee you that if you're looking at this fucking camera right now, or this screen, you bought something on Amazon. I know I have. I've been giving business to him. But remember this, right? He has to, in order for him to make that money, he has to do business with you. He has to do business with me. He has to do business with the masses. If you want to get bent over a fucking barrel when you're doing business and get fucking played, and this guy's spending a fucking nickel on the most expensive property in LA, and while you scrounge around, it's up to you. That's not how I want to play. I think it should be a little bit fair. I don't want to sit here and fight 7 people over 1 slice of pizza. I could compete in this world, and I am. But it's not the way you want it to be. It's your pizza party too. Right? And you can put your fucking foot down. Whether he's got Amazon or not, it's your country. It's what you want to do, how you want to do it, and it's your fucking money. All right? Let's lock it down. So we're talking about politics now, a couple of different things. Look at this guy, Donald Trump. Look what he's saying about this ex-mayor of New York. Mini Mike Bloomberg is a loser who has money but can't debate and has zero presence. You will see he reminds me of a tiny version of Jeb low-energy Bush, but Jeb has more political skill and has treated the black community better than Mini. He's disparaging and shitting all over him, calling him Mini. He's cutting a fucking piece of tape. This poor fucking Mike Bloomberg is standing here. You know why he's doing that? Because he's going to war with this guy. This guy Trump, when someone says some shit about him, he fucking hits him back and he fucking gets nasty. You make of that what you want, but he's not fucking around. And Mike and this and that, and he's thinking Hillary and vice president. We're going to talk politics. You could give me your opinion. We're going to discuss it. This is going to be a different type of channel. We're going to be playing a different fucking game, okay? I don't play around, right? I'm going to have discussion with the people. This ain't CNN and their bullshit fucking headlines or this one or that one or Fox News or any of that. We're going to play a different game. We're going to absorb the information. You're going to make your voice heard. I'm going to read your comments on here. You're going to poll in the stories. Might have a poll over there on shit like that. So I'm giving you my opinion. I'm telling you what's up. Last but not least, 67 people in coronavirus hell on the cruise ship. It's not, the shit is still spreading. I just don't want this coronavirus to spread any further. And I'm identifying the problem that might be involved, which is the animals and the diseases that leap off of them and the abuses that come from that. And now people are going to suffer. The people in China suffer, the money, the filth, the Pangolian chips, the markets. All of this is up for grabs. This is Trax News. I'm Trax, or Max, or Maksud, okay? I just like to absorb information. I have a different read on it, right? I don't like to be fooled, and I don't like to be lied to. I've been doing business for 15 years in the Diamond District. I believed a lot of lies when I came here. I don't believe anymore. I know who's lying. I know what the fuck is going on. I'm going to absorb information. I'm going to analyze it. I'm going to share it with you. We're going to make a little community. We're going to discuss. We might meet up in Central Park. We might email me at trax@traxnyc.com. We might do this. We might do that. We might do business. I don't know. I do things different. All right? Thank you for watching. And don't forget to share this with your friends. If you find it interesting, comment, like. It helps me out. It helps get the message out. It helps to start to play a different game. Okay?